Hello there guys, it's Captain Invisible and welcome to yet another subscribers battle replay. This was sent in by V.O.C. De Belge, or D Belge, who is playing as the Moors in this battle. And this was a 1 vs 1. He didn't remember what the money was, or the rules, but that's okay. I think it's going to be a typical 1, 2, 3, 4, probably a typical 5, max 5-2 cav, no artillery, elephants or guns. That's usually standard rules. And his opponent is Group G14. Yeah, Group G14, playing as the Milanese in this battle. So yeah, two interesting factions to say the least. This matchup is going to be interesting anyway, and it's fought in a very wet battlefield. The wet grassy plains of somewhere flat. But yeah, it's going to be fought in the rain, so missiles are going to be slightly reduced in effectiveness here. So we'll go over D. Belger's army. So he's brought in the front, looks like 5 units of peasant crossbowmen. I think they're all peasant crossbows. Yep, so 5 units of those guys. He's got, I think it was 4 units of urban militia. No, it looks like 5 units of urban militia. And 5 units of dismounted Christian Guard. So very expensive infantry. It must have been quite a high money game, because there's no way you can afford 5 units of urban militia, heavily upgraded urban militia, and then 5 units of dismounted Christian Guard, and still manage to have pretty decent cav, which has got 4 units of the mounted Christian Guard, as well as a general's bodyguard, and he's got upgrades on his cav as well, with chevrons, and chevrons on his missiles. So yeah, it must have been a fairly high money game. So yeah, quite a nice army there. Very heavy infantry strong, which is what the Moors do quite well. So we'll take a look at Group G's army. So in the front, he's brought 4 units of Genoese crossbow militia. So very heavy crossbowmen from the Milanese player. They're going to really be hard for these peasant crossbowmen to beat, unless you can influence the battle in some way with cavalry and meat screens. So yeah, very nice crossbowmen. And they're going to be backed up by a unit of pike militia. On this flank, he's got 2 units of Knights Hospitaller with full upgrades. The Knights Hospitaller you can upgrade all the way up to plate armour. The Templars you cannot. And it looks like he's got another unit of Knights Hospitaller back here as well. So that's that flank. On this flank, he's got what looks like 2 units of men-at-arms with full upgrades, I believe. Yep, they've got the little feathered helmets, so yeah, that's full silver upgrades. I think it's silver for men-at-arms. Yeah, I think it's silver upgrades that gives them that armour. And then another unit of Knights Templar. And he's also got a unit of mounted crossbowmen. So actually that's 3, 6, that's 7 units of cav. So unless he broke the rules, then then there must have been no rules on cav. I'm not too sure. I'll probably leave that up to D Belge. He'll probably confirm that for me. But yeah, either he broke the rules or there were no rules to start with. I'd like to think that that he broke the rules, but I think the worst of people. So it'll make the victory more great if D-Belg wins, but I don't know whether he wins or not because I'm going into this blind, but he sent me the replay, so we can make assumptions all we want on that. And for infantry, he's got 2 units of men-at-arms on this flank. He's got what looks like probably 4 units of feudal knights in the centre, and then 2 more units of men-at-arms in the back. So 4 units of dismounted men-at-arms in total, and 4 units of the dismounted feudal knights. So with heavy upgrades, heavy chevron upgrades. So very nice infantry corps there. I personally would have also brought a Carraccio standard, simply because you want to keep the morale of these men-at-arms in check on the battlefield. Right, so we'll get into this battle. I'll start it, and we'll see what madness unfolds. It will probably start, as always, with these mounted crossbowmen, who will probably want to move forward and start harassing the enemy. So yeah, there they go. Gonna start picking off some units. I do like the armour of the mounted crossbowmen, and I was just watching a video about their history, and apparently the mounted crossbowmen were considered elite in the medieval period because the crossbow they carried was so sophisticated, and the man riding it and having to reload it whilst riding it must have been so skilled. They were highly paid mercenaries at the time, because as I say, being able to ride a horse and reload a crossbow, and having the accuracy to fire a crossbow, and have the money obviously to pay for all the armour as well, must have been very skilled and highly paid. But they are currently dying to these peasant crossbowmen who have got their number and slaughtered a good half of them. They're just not going to be able to outshoot peasant crossbowmen. As we all know, peasant crossbowmen are not as not as sort of peasantry as they would like us to believe. They are actually quite imposing and quite intimidating. So the two are currently facing off. Yeah, this is a mistake a lot of people make with missile cav. They send it up sort of way ahead of their own army, and just leave their own army sort of back, just doing nothing. These crossbowmen are not doing anything whilst their mounted crossbows are getting shot to bits. The attention of these peasant crossbowmen has been diverted over here, but it's just not. It's just not being capitalised on. Group G has just not picked up on it, and it's going to cost him quite a bit. But it's going to cost him an entire mounted crossbowman unit, and it was a heavily upgraded one as well. Yeah, look at all the bodies. This is what happens to missile cav when you try to engage foot missiles. It just does not work out well for the mounted missiles. You really do need to capitalise on the distraction that your missile cav is causing, or to get them round at a safe distance and get some shots in the back. But seeing he's you're relishing in his victory, he's D-Belg is going to move forward to take the fight now to these crossbowmen, and these crossbowmen are going to respond by shooting them as they approach. So these peasant crossbowmen are about to return fire shortly. So we're going to see some returning fire. Very nice. And the damage they're doing to these Pavis crossbowmen is minimal, but it could be a lot less devastating than it is, especially on this unit, if they were just in loose formation. But unfortunately, I don't think Group G's noticed it yet, that his crossbowmen are actually in tight formation, and they're just not going to do well against peasant crossbowmen in tight formation, even though they've got these big shields on the back. They're just more clump targets. And I noticed this quite a lot. People put pikemen or spear units behind their crossbowmen to protect them, but against other crossbowmen, all this is going to do is mean that stray shots are going to hit your men. It's just not going to be great at all. And holy so sorry for the swearing, guys, but the belg has just charged forward with all his infantry and just caught poor Group G by surprise. The infantry's just clashed and the cavalry is about to engage, and this is a charge against stationary cavalry, and it's going to end really poorly. I'm going to have to slow this down because I need to assess this battlefield. So the cavalry has engaged on this flank, and the charge from these Christian Guard is going to wreck this cavalry. With infantry support, it's going to end really quickly for them. We've got some more Christian Guard, dismounted Christian Guard charging into these men-at-arms. That's going to end quite poorly for the poor men-at-arms who were outclassed anyway. Big clash there. Very nice. The entire line's engaged. The poor Milanese infantry is going to be outclassed by just about all of this Moorish infantry. It's certainly outnumbered, and it looks like looks like this Knights Hospitaller got a good charge off against these urban militia. But the General's bodyguard of belg is in support, and there's also some more infantry here supporting. So even though his cavalry is getting strikes, it's then getting bogged down and getting beaten. Back on the cavalry fight, even in that short space of time on slow motion, you can see the damage that these Christian Guard have done to these men-at-arms, and they've just completely broken through and split off this unit from the others, and they're just going to be able to grind down these cavalry, especially with infantry support from these Christian Guard. There are some Knights Hospitaller coming in as support. This is even the General's bodyguard, so this is a hugely risky attack here. So play it back on normal speed now that the chaos has settled down. The Knights Hospitaller has come in, and he's going to try and take out these Moorish cav. All along the lines, the Milanese are thinning out. This is not going to end well for the Milanese infantry that could have done without being charged, and the Genoese crossbowmen are not going to survive being charged by the General's bodyguard of belg for very long, and this battle is unfortunately going to end very quickly. Oh, this poor Knights Hospitaller is actually getting hit by the peasant crossbowmen, so it's taking huge damage. And there goes the Milanese general of Group G, and it's going to end this cavalry fight very decisively. And the infantry, seeing their general die, is going to rout in turn as well. It's going to get surrounded from this flank and beaten off.
Sultan, only half our force remains.
So yeah, we've got a rout starting on this side, and it's going to roll up this flank, and there's going to be nothing the Milanese now can do to stop the Moors from surrounding their infantry. The general's bodyguard is chasing off these Genoese crossbowmen, and even though some have regrouped here, it's not going to be enough. There's just too many Christian Guard about, and there was an admit defeat there. The battle was lost as soon as the Milanese cav broke. So this is the battle, guys. Not as one-sided as I made it out to be, actually. Both players getting quite a lot of kills. The action happened really quickly. I mean, I know the time was quite short, but that was really surprising. I may have to cut some of that out because I'm afraid I did swear quite a bit when the Moorish infantry charged forward. So yeah, there might be a little snip there of me cutting that out because I want to keep it as PG as possible for you guys. So yeah, the Belg of the V.O.C clan. I'm not sure what V.O.C is. I know what V.O.D is, but the V.O.C I'm not quite sure what their clan name stands for. But he got 998 kills and 129 captures, and Group G14 got 843 kills with 3 captures. Judging by the casualties inflicted, the cavalry did pretty well. The peasant crossbowmen got quite a lot of kills actually for what they are. They only cost about 300 florins, so that's really nice from them. And the infantry got a respectable amount of kills. This one got 92 kills. Not sure how it managed that. So really nice there. And yeah, even the urban militia getting quite high kills. So a nice balanced spread of kills there. You know, no unit really excelled, but that's the beauty of this army. It sort of spread the kills across its entire front without having to rely on a sole section of the army. So that was the battle, guys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. Again, if you want to send your replays in to me, please do. I shall put a link. I'll put my email address in the description. And as I say, if you've got any replays, please send them in, and I'll be happy to do commentary on them. I will upload some of my own battles in between, so that I'm sort of spreading out the replays a little bit. But yeah, I'll certainly get round to uploading them all if I get a chance. If you do send me more than one replay, bear in mind that I will have to watch them to see which ones I want to upload, and I may not be able to upload them all, simply because, as I say, I've got my own videos to upload, and I may have other people's to upload as well. So just bear that in mind. I will be watching the replays just to see which ones I want to upload, but because this one was a 1 versus 1 and fairly short, I did fancy just doing a quick commentary on it. So yeah, a really nice battle, really enjoyed it, and that rush was very surprising. I was too focused on the missile fight, and I completely was completely caught off guard by that rush. So well played there by D Belg and Group G14, and I shall see you all in the next video.